back to your high school days, man. Um, hey, look here, bro. Sophomore, 12.6 rebounds per game. Junior year, 19.4 points, 12 rebounds your junior year. Senior year, 24.17 rebounds, man. Two-time first team All-Met, man. Um, Let me ask you this. Let me tell you this. First and foremost, you're my second favorite player that ever left Dunbar. I'm sorry you're not number one. Anthony Jones is my favorite player that ever left Dunbar. I just
that's
want
my
to put
favorite
that out
player
there in the
too.
atmosphere right now. Shout out to Anthony Jones wherever you at, bro. I've always loved that guy.
Anthony Jones is my favorite too.
Good.
He's my favorite.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Nobody talks about him, but man, he was
They
at Doc.
don't, bro.
Yeah, he was at Doc's gym, man. And when he left Georgetown to go in, I was like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? He was one of the reasons why I wanted to go to Dunbar. I wanted to be Anthony Jones. You know what I mean? But I couldn't jump like him, and I wasn't light skinned, so that wasn't going to
work. hey, D, how come he don't? You right, but how come he don't get the love that everybody else get? I mean, you talking about he's like number one player in the country. Everything.
It was Patrick Ewing, Anthony Jones, Michael Jordan.
Y'all marinate on that.
Wow.
Think about that. That's 1981, right? Or 80?
Yeah.
81.
At number 5 was like, or 6 was like Adrian Branch. That year was like loaded. Number 10 was like Billy Martin. You know, a lot of DC stuff. Like
Kinley Tech.
Yeah, you know what happened? I think he never came back. I think when he was from Trinidad. That's mom passed away. He never come back. He real quiet. And like people don't know, he played like 5 years in the NBA. He went out,
he played the Bullets.
Yeah, but nobody, he was always a real quiet dude. I used to watch him going into my senior year. It was him and Adrian Branch up at Coolidge. So IBM had this little special project. They had all the players from the DC Inter High and girls teams working up there, like going to school and working. And Coolidge didn't have a good gym, so I used to sneak off to the gym and him and Anthony playing one-on-one full court. I was like, man, I want to get in that. You know what I mean? I was like, I want to get in that. I couldn't hang with them dudes, man. Them dudes was flying up and down court jumping. I was like, man, 6'9" guard, 6'6" guard. I was like, man, I want to be a guard. I was like, I want to be a guard. But it was like, back then, the older guys didn't really, like me and Adrian are really cool to this day. Adrian Branch, I can call him. His father was, they were nice to me coming up. But they never took us under there like the Adrian Dantleys and stuff like that. The closest one was Bobby Dandridge for me. He used to give me shoes and stuff when I was at Dunbar, so I got my Nikes then. But they didn't take us and work us out like all these guys do now. It's a big difference how things are.
Your recruitment. I know you was recruited by Georgetown. Who else recruited you outside of Georgetown and West Virginia?
Man, I told you, like my coach, man, I had 2 coaches. Joe Dean Davis was the one who was legendary. Then I had Roy Westmore. He was a piece of shit. He messed over Tyrone Jones, stretching him the year before. I didn't know about it at the time. Stretch was like, he played Oklahoma. Like that's how good he was. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I know.
The center, the only reason like I went to West Virginia, the assistant coach was coming to the games, all our games my junior year. He was recruiting our center named Sean Alvarado, shot blocker, boom, boom. Like he was at every game. Like every time I come downstairs, he was there. So I gave Westmore a list of 15 schools. Georgetown wasn't on it. My top 3 was Maryland, Syracuse, DePaul. Me and Rod Strickland was cool, and I liked Louisville.
Look at Mills.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. I said, no, Mills is a huge Syracuse fan.
Yeah. But, because they to me, they were forward schools. So I see forwards develop there, back then. So he only let 3 schools in. And none of those schools, he let Georgetown in, West Virginia, and Ohio State. And Jim Clemens came in. Jim Clemens, that was the assistant coach with the Bulls all those years. And Gary Williams was the head coach out there at the time. And then I was forced to sign with Georgetown because he wouldn't let me sign with Maryland. So, yeah, and, he wouldn't let everybody come in. After it was all over with, all these guys like, we couldn't get in and talk to you because we knew you was going to Georgetown. I never said I was going to Georgetown. You know what I mean? Because the Georgetown thing resonated with me was how they handled Anthony Jones.
Yeah.
Jodine Davidson was him and John Thompson didn't like each other at all. It was crazy.
I'm glad he transferred to UNLV. Yeah, let him boogie. Hey, Kobe, can you sit back and just imagine Prue playing with Louisville? You know what I'm saying? That those Denny Crum teams with Milt Wagner, Flash Gordon.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Oh
Kenny
my,
Payne,
the twins.
Kenny Payne was on there. Purvis Ellison.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would have loved that, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fall back, Kobe. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.